Okay, so if you're hanging trim inside your house, most of the cuts you're going to make are either just going to be 90-degree cuts to butt join things or 45-degree angles in the corner to connect things. But what do you do when you have unusual angles on a wall like this one? How do you actually determine what to set your miter saw to cut? So that's what I'm going to cover in this really quick video, and I'm going to show you how to calculate that, and the method is slightly different based on whether the angle is what I'm going to call concave or whether it's convex. So whether it's less than 180 degrees, right, less than straight, or whether it's more than straight. So stick around and I'm going to show you how to do that. So obviously the first thing you're going to need is some way of measuring the angle. Now there's plenty of different tools out there for doing it. Some are complicated, some are as simple as this protractor with a hinge on it. This is just a couple of dollars. So you can stick this in the wall and you can line up the hinges with the corner and with the wall. And I can measure that this wall is at 120 degrees and this wall is at about 150. So let's go down to the bench and do a little bit of trigonometry so that I can show you how to set your miter saws for walls like this. Okay, so here's basically what our wall looks like. Remember, this was about 120 degrees. This one angle was about 150 degrees. Now, it might seem obvious to you that you would divide these in half and that's what you need to make your cut at. The first clue you should have that that's not right is that most miter saws don't go above 45 degrees, right? So if all you had to do was cut this in half, you need a 75-degree angle, which you can't really make easily on a typical miter saw. The thing that you're forgetting is that all your wood is already at a 90-degree angle. So the first thing you need to do to figure out what to actually do is subtract 90 degrees from both of these, which gives us 30 and 60. Then you're going to divide these by 2, which gives us 15 degrees and 30 degrees. These are the angles you need to make your cut. So we're back from the miter bench. This is the wall that had 120 degrees. And if you remember, that calculation told us to make 30-degree cuts. And if I line this up, I don't know how well you can see from back there, but this is almost perfect. Like I said, no wall is going to be perfectly straight, so I might have to adjust this a couple of millimeters in one direction or another. But this is way easier than trying to guess the angle that you need to cut. So this fits right into the wall. And if I just sort of show you, yeah, it fits right into the wall. If we go to the other side, remember this angle was 150 degrees. And a little bit interestingly, that because this is a bigger angle, we actually have to cut a narrow angle on these. So these are only 15 degrees. And hopefully you can see past me here that this is also a pretty flush joint, a pretty good starting joint. Right, so you get 150 degrees versus 120 degrees. So that's what it looks like for what I'm calling a concave situation. Let's go around to the other side of the wall and look at what it means to be convex. We can still measure it. If we do this, we get that the angle is about 150 degrees. Notice that it's going this way rather than this way. We measured 150 degrees. Instead of subtracting 90, now you're going to subtract 180 degrees because you're going further around the circle. You'll notice that 180 is just 90 degrees times 2. That gives us negative 30. It doesn't really matter if it's negative in this case. And then that's what you divide by 2 to get 15 degrees. So that's the method if you're doing a convex angle rather than a concave method. Pretty simple, I think. So just remember, simple formula whether you're doing sort of a concave angle versus a convex angle. And so it's a bit hard to show with the trim here, but here's the 15s that we cut before, and you can hopefully trust me that they fit. So there you go. It's just that simple. 2 really simple formulae you can use to line up your cuts for baseboards and for crown molding or any other trim with any other slightly strange angles. Yeah, so if you like this video, please hit like, subscribe to my channel. It really, really helps me out. And a lot of my videos are a much longer format than this, so let me know if you prefer me to start releasing more of these shorter form videos, or if you like the longer form whole project in one video videos. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.